Hey guys, Akira here. So if you want to create a blog post, so if you're blogging and you want to create a post, you can do that within the post area. Now the post area has four different options. You can view all posts. As you can see here, you can add a new post here, and you can add a new post here, and you can add categories. Now basically, why you would want to add a category, I'll create a separate video for that. But a category would mean keeping, like say if you had a website about, for this example, blogging, and I wanted to keep or have a YouTube category where I showed you guys how to, you know, add a YouTube video to your post or your page. I would put that in the YouTube category and keep everything YouTube related in that YouTube category. It's the same as if I have a page where I talked about, how to use YouTube for your website. I would have a page centrally around YouTube, and then any blog posts related to YouTube, I would keep them under the page section. So sort of like a pyramid, which I'll create a separate video for you. So you have your top level page, which is your home page. Then you have the separate main pages like YouTube, say a Pinterest page or a Twitter page where I talk about how to use Pinterest, how to use Twitter. And if I explain different ways to use Twitter, I would keep those under the Twitter page so they're all categorized. So if someone comes to my page and they only want to learn about Twitter, they can go to the Twitter page and see what posts I've created that are related to Twitter, if that makes sense. So now if you want to create a page, again, tags works pretty much as categories. So pretty much the same basics. So if you have a blog post about YouTube, you want to tag that blog post YouTube. So let's say I wanted to create a page, so I created a test page. Now it works the same way as if you're typing in a letter in Google or in WordPress. So you have your main header here. So your header is always you always want to grab that person's attention. So let's say, for example, you can do a different type of blog post. There are many types of different blog posts, like a list post, which they call, which would be like 7 ways to create a blog, or 3 ways to create a blog, which there are 3 ways to create a blog. And usually you would create a title that grabs that person's attention and makes them want to read more, makes them intrigued, makes them curious to say, okay, what is this post about? Do I want to learn it? So you have your title here, and then you have your text. So you enter your text here. Let me dismiss this. You enter your text inside this area, and here's where you can bold, italic, you can strike through. You can see here you can add bullet points, numbers, you can add quotes. So you can click on each one of these, not click on them, but hover over them, and you can do a horizontal line here. You can left, center, right. You can add a link through here. I'll create a separate video to show you how to do that. You can remove a link. You can insert read more tag. Have you ever seen some of those short posts where it's a few texts and then there's a read more? You can do that. And here is where you can toggle it, so you can open it, close it, and this is the paragraph. This is what you'll be using to a certain point. It's mostly a paragraph text, and the heading is basically the same as the title. It's basically, if you have a heading here, you'd want to highlight that as heading 1. That lets Google know exactly what this blog post is about, and kind of breaks it down into different sections. So when you're reading the book, you might see like someone highlight or bold a certain section to let you know you're into a different section. But this works the same way. So H1 choose like your main point, H2 is your next main point, H3 is your next main point. So that's how it works. So you don't have to use all of these. I recommend using between 1 and 2, and I'll show you guys how to use that. Then you have your underline, you have your justify, and you can change the color of your text here. You just click on it, choose the color, and this one is your paste as text. So if you copy something somewhere else, you can paste it as text. Here you can clear the format. So if it wasn't a particular style of text that you like, you can clear it to make it a normal format. Let's say you copy something from the web and it's not what you liked, you can delete that. So I'm going to go to my front page. Here I have some text. So usually when you copy stuff from anywhere on a website, it kind of copies that person's format. So I'm going to show you exactly. I'm going to pretend this is a blog post. So I'm going to go here. So let's pretend we have some text. So this is how you type in your text as normal, and then you have your main heading. So this was my main heading. This is a test post, or for example, 3 ways to start a blog, or 7 reasons why you should start a blog. I usually copy this because that's my title, put my title here, so my title will be the first thing on the page. Then I'll start writing, my 3 ways to start a blog. But when I'm finished that, I always highlight my main title, make that a H1, and then, for example, let's say this was have a space here, way one, and then, for example, if this was way 2, or the second way to create a blog post, I'll do it that way. And then, and if this was way 3, I will highlight this as a heading 2. So heading 2. You can go to heading 3 if you wanted to, but I just leave it between 1 and 2. That way, when someone quickly comes to my site, they can quickly scan and see, okay, 3 ways to start a blog: way 1, way 2, way 3, and then you can start to read. They'll know it's pretty short, straight to the point. Or if you wanted to, what you can do is, let's say, for example, you had some text here and you wanted to bullet this. So way 1, 2, 3. So you wanted to create a quick list. What you do is highlight everything, what you wanted to create, and click this bullet point. Or if you wanted numbers, you can click this as numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and then you go on to start to discuss your way 1, way 2, way 3. And what you always want to do is add a picture and add video. So I'll show you that in a later video, but basically you can add images 2 ways, which I'll show you in the next video. You can add images through here or through here, and basically you can do that by clicking the add image. So I'll show you quickly. Now if you have any images already inserted into your post, you can click on that, into your library. Now these are something I've uploaded on my contact page already, but I usually click on this, and you do have the option to left align it, center, right, or none, and then you can change the size to a particular size that you want. But I'll show you that in a later video. So what you do is just insert to the left, and it would show up like that. So you can always move it around. With the new WordPress, you can change the shape or the size like that, stretch it, and it would fit to the right angle that you want it. So as you can see here, I don't like the way this looks, and if you wanted to delete it, all you do is click on it when you see the boxes, delete it, and then you can always redo it again. So that's how you create a blog post. When you're publishing a blog post, you have the option to, if you look on your right hand side here, it's this publish box. You have the option to save it as a draft. You have the option to preview it. You have an option to make it like, say here you have a status, so you can change it to pending reviews or draft, or you can edit this and make it public. So once you publish it, it's public for everyone to see who comes to your website. Or you can make it password protected, or you can make it private. And another cool thing that most people don't talk about is you can set a date when you want this to publish. So let's say, for example, you wrote this article and you wanted to publish it, as you can see the date here is February 5th, and you wanted to publish it in 2 days from now. You can select the date that you want to publish and the time, and then click OK, and it will publish to that date. But when you do want to publish right away, again, you can always preview it, like right click and preview, or you just click on preview and open up in a new window. So when you preview it, it will look something like this. And this is how it will look. Now depending on your theme, this is how it will look. The theme that I'm using allows me to have it looking like this. Now as you can see here, up here in the corner, I've highlighted it here. This is no good. This doesn't tell. So when you, basically the reason why it's no good, because you don't want to tell someone, go to your website, startablog.co.uk / P equals 77 and symbol preview equals true. No, you want to make sure you can tell them, okay, go to my blog and go to page, or go to startablog.co.uk 3 ways to start a blog. So I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. Basically, with publishing, once you're done with it, so you preview it, happy with it, you just click on publish, and this will be published on your website in the blog category. or in whatever page you designated to be posted on as the blog page. And then you have what you want to do is make sure when you publish these posts, you select the right category. So for example, if this was a post on how to start a blog, 3 ways to start a blog, I would make sure to select the start a blog. But if it was a category that I didn't have, what I would do is click on add new category, enter that category, and then click add new category. And again, here's where I talked about the tags works the same way as category, so you just need to type it in, and then you click add, and then it'll show up down here. Now here as well as you can add a featured image. So if this was the featured image, you could always want to make sure you have a featured image. So you select this featured image, select the image that you want to have as your featured image, and click select featured image, and it will show up just like that. Now there's a few features here that are below. Now depending on the WordPress theme, some of these won't be available, and if you're not sure about them, don't worry about it, because different themes have different functions that are available. Now if you don't want to show some of these things, you can go up here, click on screen options, and you can choose what you want to display. So for example, if you didn't want to display the categories or the tags, you would just deselect them. If you wanted to show them in one column or 2 columns, you can choose that, but I usually leave this as default. And one of the ways, like when you're ready to publish, if you want people to comment on your website, you need to look for this discussion. If it's not available, what you need to do is click up here and look for the discussion tab or section. Click on it so that it's available. And what this allows you to do, or doesn't allow you to do, depending on which one you select, if you click it, it will allow comments on your page. Now, just depends on if you want to allow comments so people can interact, so that's a positive. And some pages you may not want to have comments on, so you can also deselect them. So those are the two things to worry about, is whether or not you want to have people commenting on your page. And again, all these are part of the theme, so you may not want to worry about that. But when you do add a certain plugin, like an SEO plugin, you want to make sure you have your page title, which is up here again. The page title is the same here. You also want to have a good descriptive page title that grabs the reader's attention, and then copy that, paste that in here, and then give a brief description of what your blog post is about, so that way it intrigues the reader and makes them want to click to find out more. And then you want to put your individual keywords. So I recommend at least, maybe depending on what type of article you're writing, at least minimum 3 keywords. Or if not, if you're just writing about, say, start a blog, you put your start a blog keyword here. So you see here, type the keyword separated by comma. So you have keyword 1, so it'll be like start a blog, comma, start a website, comma, building a website, comma. So if those were my keywords that are related in these articles, I would actually put them down there. Alright, so I'm going to try to keep it short, straight to the point. Again, if you have any questions, just watch this video over again. I'm going to create more videos to show you guys how you would create a blog post and what to do to, publish a blog post, or the difference between a blog post and a page. Again, I showed you guys how to add media. I didn't show you how to add a video, but I showed you how to add a video in a different video, so it doesn't take too long. Alright, so watch the video. If you have any questions, watch it again and comment below, because I'm going to allow you to comment below. So if you have any questions regarding how to create this post or how to do certain things, most likely I'll create a video for it so you guys can mirror what I'm doing and start to publish content on your website. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to show you guys how to add media. Take it easy.